Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here for another unboxing and review, and today we are taking a look at the new Ghostbusters Ecto-1 Playset from Hasbro. So this is a part of Hasbro's new budget line of Ghostbuster toys. I purchased this at Target, and I want to say I paid, I think, $29 for it. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I had to buy it when I saw it. I'm a big mark for the Ecto-1. I passed up on that Plasma Series Ecto-1, mostly because, I don't know, not that it was because it was out of scale, but I think in terms of the price range, I wasn't willing to pay that much for it, especially since I already had a bunch of Ecto-1s in my collection. Maybe at some point in time, I might go back and buy the Plasma Series Ecto-1. But for me, when I saw this, I couldn't resist it. It really evoked the child in me because it felt more like a toy, especially when you look at the back of the box. You know, they're showing off all the play features, and it looks like a cool toy. It doesn't look like a premium collectible. You know, this looks like really something that's meant to be played with. And I think one thing that sold it on me also was the fact that they called it a playset and not a vehicle. For me, when I hear the word playset, I think it has a higher replay value, and I think, at least to me, I feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck than just a vehicle. And even though this is, you know, a hearse, and a hearse is a car, and it's essentially a vehicle, the fact that they're selling this to me as a playset and not a vehicle, there's something to be said about that. It's a very precise language they're using. And I don't know, I thought this was a great deal. It looks fun, it looks amazing. If you haven't watched it already, I did a preview video of this toy in addition to like the core team of Ghostbuster characters. The video was all the figures, mint on card. And I also showcased this. But for this video, we're going to look at this specifically. I'm going to unbox it. We're going to take a look at the insides, and we'll see if there's any assembly required. I'm not sure if it mentions that on the box. My biggest fear, to be honest, is that I'm so worried that I'll have to apply stickers. I hate applying stickers to anything. My OCD gets really crazy, and you know, I have to be precise and make sure everything's right. And I never get the stickers on right. They're always slightly crooked, or they're never centered. And for me, you know, I dread putting on this like Ghostbusters logo. I'm really hoping that it's at least painted on or tampoed on or something. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun unboxing. All right, so real quick, let's look at the packaging. Beautiful, amazing graphic on the front. One thing I mentioned in the preview video, as much as I'm impressed by this awesome illustration on the front of the box, there's something to be said about a toy that's showcased like in a window on the box. Like, this looks amazing, but at the same time, it's not selling me on the toy. It doesn't really sell me on the toy until I look at the back. You know, once I see this, I'm like, okay, cool, this is what I'm getting. But for me, with the vehicles and larger toys, I like to have a window and see what I'm getting. At least for me, I believe that sells the toy a lot better than, you know, a photograph. But in this case, even if they didn't have a window, I think a photograph in the front would have helped a little. But that's just me being nitpicky. Regardless of that, from an artist's point of view and a graphic designer's point of view, I think this is an amazing illustration. It looks great. The package design's awesome. This really stands out on the shelf, especially with the color scheme. You have the classic Ghostbusters logo, but it's slightly updated because if you look at it carefully, there's like, it's like done on a metal texture with rivets. We have the hazard colors at the top. It's very reminiscent of what you see on the Ghost Trap. And then we have one of the kids, which I believe might be from Afterlife. So one thing that's curious about this playset is that it's specifically just called Ghostbusters. It's not aligning it specifically with the 84 figures. If you've seen the budget figures that came out alongside this vehicle, you'll notice that they have a little seal on the front of the card where it says it says like 1984 with an image of Slimer. This one for the Ecto-1, this is clearly the Ecto-1 from the new movie Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that's indicative because you see the gunner station on the side, but at the same time they don't label it as that. So I believe this has more of a universal playability between, you know, the newer figures and the more older characters, which is cool. So there's some cross-play involved. So yeah, on the back, you know, really cool looking image. So we're gonna unbox this now, and fingers crossed that if the toy needs to be assembled, it's not gonna be too hard. And I'm really praying that there's no stickers, because that's the last thing I want to do is attach stickers to this thing. Oh man, there's stickers. Okay. Oh, this. All right. So first impressions of the toy while it's still in the box. I don't like stickers. I hate stickers. I dread putting these things on. I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Yeah, I'm like moaning right now on the inside and on the outside, because there's hazard stickers, there's the Ghostbuster logo, the ghost trap stickers, and then there's these perfectly circle stickers here, which I'm already dreading applying because I know I'm not gonna be able to get them perfect. Oh, this is terrible. And the first thing that I see in terms of the instruction manual, it's already they're telling you where you can apply these stickers, and I'm scared. All right, so yeah, this is pretty neat. So here's instruction. It lists all the parts that come with the vehicle or playset, if you will. There's the roof, the entirety of the car, the doors. There's the trunk, the two side doors. There's that missile launcher, the missile, some wiring or pipes. There's the mobile ghost trap. There's the side wings, the sticker sheet. And in terms of assembly, oh, okay. All right, this doesn't look too difficult. We'll see how it fares. Okay, let's take everything out. All right, so we'll see how well I do this on camera. All right, so let's take off the roof first. There's the roof. It's a nice plastic. It feels very durable. It's the kind of plastic that feels playable, not brittle. There's some bends, you know, it flexes a little, which is nice. I'm sure if you stomped on it, it'd break, but it's a much durable plastic that feels more for playing. Here's a baggie filled with more parts. Looks like we have the doors, we have the mobile trap. I'm going to set this aside for now until I get the rest of it unboxed. We have the gunner chair. It's kind of made of that swirly gray silver plastic that people don't like, which is, it's durable, but it looks kind of horrendous. But that's alright. I can live with that. And lastly, we have the body of the vehicle or playset. All right, so this is in line with the budget figures, so it's not going to be like a premium collectible in the sense that this is going to be the most realistic hearse you've ever seen. Already, when you look at the dashboard over here, you can kind of see that it's very bare minimum. The steering wheel is actually sculpted in. Here are the gauges. It's it's that kind of, it's like I said, this is that very kind of playable plastic, very durable. Looks nice. And so let's take a look. Here's a profile view. We have the front. The wheels, nice detail in the hubcaps. Okay, let's start assembling. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is step number 1, which is attaching the gunner station to the door. Let's get these pieces out. Alright, so each door, it seems like the doors come in an individual baggie, which is nice so they don't get marred up. Alright, so I have both doors. Set that aside. We have the ladder. We have... I don't know what this is. Alright, we'll figure it out soon. There's all sorts of... I'm not sure if those are buttons or whatever this is. Okay, we'll set that aside. Alright, so we have these soft rubber plasticky tubes. It's like a very rubbery plastic. Very flexible. I say this all the time. If you watch my videos before, I'm always kind of leery of like these rubbery plastics. I guess in my head, I always believe that after a couple of years, these things are going to like break down and crack and get really brittle. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the case here. Here we have the missile launcher and the missile. I don't think it's spring-loaded. By its design, I don't think it's spring-loaded. I think it works more on that push friction system, where here's the ball and it locks in to like a vise, and then you just push it and it'll shoot out like that. We have another door. I believe this might be the trunk door. We have the wings. Are they identical pieces? They are not identical pieces. Each one seems like it's keyed for a specific side. But not... Oh yeah, so we have... This one's marked L2, and this one's marked right there, R2. And we have the mobile ghost trap thingamabob right here. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get building. We'll move this aside for now. Alright, step number 1. We're going to take the door and attach it to the chair. Which door are we looking at? So this one. So there's 2 holes here, 2 pegs. Just match them up. I believe I'm doing this right. And then we just press it in. That's done. We come back to this, and it looks like we're attaching the door to this little post here. So there's going to be a post at the bottom and at the top, and they're going to line to these hinges right there and there. Alright, they fit nice. Yeah, so the way that it looks like it functions is that the gunner station, it looks like you push this out and then allow this to swing out like this. So very cool. Next we have the other door right there, so we're going to attach that. So there's 2 pegs here. We have a socket and then a hinge, and we'll place. The one thing I like about this plastic, it feels durable in the sense that, you know, I feel confident when I snap this in that I'm not going to risk breaking this hinge. Maybe over time, you know, it might be a different story, but as of now, It feels durable, so I have confidence in that this will hold up, you know, with multiple plays, especially if you're a kid. Next up, we have, I believe, this piece here, and it looks like the trunk door. So this is the back door of the vehicle, and it's going to slot into this compartment right there, I think, if I'm doing this correctly. Alright, it's a nice snug fit. Hopefully that means I got it in correctly. Yeah, so we have this. And according to the instructions, let me get this in all the way. It's going to snap in back here towards the back. Alright, so I'm unsure of how that works because there's the pegs here, but I don't see any peg holes. I just see slots. So I'm guessing that these might slot in. Let's take a look. Yeah, it slots in, so it's not, it allows for some, there's some slack in here, so it allows for some freedom of movement. And then when you close it, I think it snaps in place when you close it at least. Yeah, so there's tabs here, right there, and those tabs are going to lock in place so this thing doesn't fall out. So what I'm guessing is that you take the mobile ghost trap and it goes in here in this compartment, so when this comes down, the trap rolls out, which is cool, if I'm reading that correctly. Alright, so the next step is we're going to attach the roof to the top. Alright, so real quick, I'm not sure. Alright, so if I attach this onto here, because there's these tabs, there's tabs here, and they have small keys on the side. So I'm wondering that if once I attach this, if this is going to be a permanent attachment. Alright, because what I'm partially thinking too, not that I'd want to modify it, but if I had another one, I could totally see myself sanding down or trimming off these keys here, just so I could make the roof removable like all the time. Like, I have a feeling that once I snap this into place, it's going to be, it might be permanent, and it's kind of a turn off for me because I like the idea of being able to open this up like this, allowing me full access to play on the inside. You know, once I snap this in, it's going to be permanently in place, and I mean that's the nature of it, but I like the idea of being able to remove the roof. If you have the Playmobil versions of the Ecto-1 and the Ecto-1A, they're awesome because you can actually remove the roof and it allows you to actually reach inside and play around with the inside of it. This one looks like once I snap this in place, it's gonna just stay there. So this is a, you know, word of caution. It looks like once this roof snaps into place, it's gonna stay that way. And also, when you put this in, be mindful of this tab here. There's a tab on the windshield, and make sure you tab that in place in this socket here before you snap everything down. So you want to approach this by lining this tab in with a socket, and then making sure all the other tabs are in place. And then you're going to lock everything in. So yeah, for me, this is kind of, I don't like the idea of being able to just lock this in permanently. Because for me, I was kind of excited thinking that this roof was like removable full time. You could remove it. I mean, you could just go in and depress the tabs and remove it manually. But I like the idea of it just being able to like snap off, you know, easily. And it still kind of does. I guess I'm just being a little bit more critical and nitpicky. So, wow, this is really shaping out to be quite the vehicle. So, already, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you I'm very impressed with this. For a bargain toy, you know, this, it's like I said, I think I paid maybe I want to say $29 for it. I don't think it was 40 bucks. It might have been 29. But, you know, even if I paid $39 for it, I think it'd still be worth it. It looks amazing, to be honest. It's not a premium vehicle, like it's not realistic, but it borders on that kind of like in between. You know, it looks a little bit cartoony, but it's not so ill proportioned that you can't say it's not realistic. Like if you wanted to, you could kind of you know, fudge this in with your plasma series and say it kind of works. Or if you're a customizer, lots of wonderful opportunity to really paint this thing and make it shine. You know, if you give this a premium paint job and you bring out all the details, I think this would be easily a showcase piece to display with your plasma series. But for what it is, you know, this is a toy playset. Right now, it's really impressive, and I'm not even done assembling it yet. All right, so next we have the wings. We have the left wing, and then we have the right wing. And if you look, they're not identical either. They're not straight up and down. This one's marked left 2, so I believe it's the left side of the vehicle on this side. And you want to make sure you apply them on the correct side, just because if you look at them, they're actually angled. They're not straight up and down. There's a slight angle to them, so yeah, right now I'm attaching the right wing to the right side. And we have those. Okay, already, like I said, very impressed. This is definitely a really cool toy. Next we have these hoses. And it's going to plug into 2 slots here and then 2 sockets on the top. So this tab is going to tab into here. This tab is going to tab into there. This will tab into here. And then the hoses are going to plug into the top. It's odd because, right, so here's the end of it, and there's the little plug, and you can plug them in, but they don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily stop, so you can kind of put these in as far as they'll go, which is weird. So, I mean, if you want to make them stick out a little bit more, you could. If you want them to go in all the way, you can do that also. Alright, so that's done with. Next we have the ladder assembly. And let me pull these out, because the ladder is going to plug into 2 places. It's going to plug into there, and it's going to plug into the top of the roof. So it's only going to go one way too. So this is right side up. This is going to attach to the roof. This is going to attach to the side. So the way we want to insert it also, I was just now trying to force it in. But if you look, there's a small little tab towards the bottom. So you want to get that into the lip first, and then go up. And then this tab, one on top, and it should kind of lock into place. Yeah, it just fits snug. I don't hear a snap, but it goes in. And then you can put the hoses back on top. Like so. Alright, so next it shows off the I guess we're done. So now it shows off the play features. So for the rocket launcher, you either attach it to the top here. So there's the peg for it, and there's the socket. So you get attached rocket like that, or you could open the side door here. So to open this, you pull this out first. So you pull it out, and then it folds back, and then you reveal the gunner station. So you can attach the rocket launcher either to the side, like so. And I don't know, it's pretty neat. Looking at it, there's a tab on the chair so you can mount a figure on there. Yeah, overall, I'm very impressed. This was definitely worth the price. For me, the Ecto-1, it's the Millennium Falcon. You know, this is what they travel in. Besides being a cool vehicle, this is really, like the box says, this is a fun playset. I think if you have that, what is it called, like that WWE ambulance, the Slambulance made by Mattel, I think if you had that, it'd be a great companion piece to this, just because they're both medical themed. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful toy. And then for the back, as I stated earlier, so here's the back. There's a small little groove in there. You can put your finger in there, pull down, and then you open up the compartment where you can put the mobile ghost trap. And that pretty sums up the Ecto-1. Okay, so Alright, here's the stickers, and to be honest, I'm not going to apply the stickers on video. Oh, God, I'm not even sure if I want to apply the stickers at all, just because it makes my OCD crazy, you know, just trying to get them on perfect. I remember back in the day, like with the 80s, like some of the old toys, you know, they knew that you had to apply stickers, so sometimes they'd kind of like indent or engrave on the plastic where the stickers would go, just so you'd be able to get it on perfectly. Like for me, to freehand the placement of this Ghostbuster logo, it's already going to make me crazy, because I know I'm not going to be able to get it perfectly centered on one side, and the fact that I might have to try to get it centered on the other is going to make me nuts. Excuse me. I've been shooting so many videos the past few days, I'm kind of losing my voice. Alright, so let's kind of wrap this up. I'll put the stickers on off camera. And what I kind of intend to do also is that I kind of have a couple of different other Ecto-1s with me. So I'm going to do maybe like a Ecto-1 video that's just dedicated to some of the different Ecto-1s I have. And then we'll show them off and compare them. It'll be fun. But for now, let's just wrap this video up. The stickers will go on off camera. So this is awesome. It's an amazing playset. It's large. I think this is almost kind of like what everyone wanted when they announced the Plasma Series Ecto-1. You know, although this isn't as realistic as it could be, it's a good in-between. It retains, you know, a very toy look, much like the old Kenner one, but the proportions are a little bit more realistic. It's very spacey, so you can fit your action figures in there. Very, very, very high playability factor. If you have kids, and if you just need an excuse to play with toys, you know, introduce your son or daughter to Ghostbusters, you know, show them the live action movie, show them the cartoons, and then you can play with the toys together. You know, your wife or partner won't look at you like a crazy person just because you want to play with toys. So yeah, this is, wow. It's very impressive. It's very spacious. And I said it again, if in the right hands, you know, with a customizer, they could really bring this thing to life. The plastic's nice and durable. It feels sturdy. Of course, if you like throw it from like 10 feet, it's gonna break. But you know, in the hands of a 4-year-old, I think this is wonderful. In the hands of an adult, I think this thing's great. Yeah. So this is the new Ghostbusters Ecto-1 from their more affordable budget line of toys. I believe I paid maybe $29 or $39 for this at Target. I don't remember exactly. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If I had to rate it numerically on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not gonna. I really want to say 10. It's for me, it's that perfect. Not because, all right. Some of you might go, "Oh wow, that's crazy." You know, it doesn't look as detailed as it should, but it shouldn't look as super detailed. You know, this is a budget toy. It's a toy. It's a playset. The design aesthetic is in line with the budget figures, and it's large. There's a lot of interior space, a lot of cool play features. You have a ladder. Assembling it is very fun. There's a rocket launcher. The mobile ghost trap is cool. The doors open and close. It's awesome. I can't sell you on this enough. It's beautiful. So yeah, go out and buy it. Wrapping this up, once again, my name is Lou. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you haven't watched it already, I did a preview video of this and the core team of Ghostbuster figures. Check that video out, and I'm also doing individual reviews of the main cast. And in the near future, I want to do a comparison video with this Ecto-1 with some of my other Ecto-1s in my collection, and I promise to put the stickers on and have it ready to go. So until I see you again, take care and enjoy your day and buy lots of toys. Later.